Back again, inspirators. Hope you all are enjoying your weekend. And if you're doing so, why not just include this recipe I have here? Include that for your weekend. This is a raspberry cheesecake squares. So why don't we just go on into that recipe? And before we do so, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell too now. Don't forget. Let's take this drive. Let's start out with our 16-ounce box of ginger snaps. We will be using all of these ginger snaps. I'm just adding it up to be 2.5 cups of ginger snap cookie crumbs. And by the way, I crumbled them up in my Ninja. 2.5 cups. And to this 2.5 cups of cookie crumbs of ginger snaps, I'm going to also add 6 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to stir these together until the butter gets up all the cookie crumbs. Mix it all well together. Now that it is mixed well, apply it to my 4 by 8 inch pan that has been well greased with and lined with parchment paper. Greased on the pan and on the parchment paper. And I'm going to take my bottom of my cup and I'm going to smear the crumbs into the pan. You're going to smear them all in there until they are all spreaded out and firmly packed. Then we're going to place them into the oven for 5 to 8 minutes on the temperature of 350 degrees. And here I have a packed firm cup of brown sugar, 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, and a half cup of white sugar. And I'm going to blend all of them together. I'm going to blend all of them together well. Okay, now that I have it blended well together, I'm going to move on to my 2 eggs. I'm going to place both of them in. Now that they're well blended, I'm going to come with my next ingredient, which will be 6 tablespoons of melted butter. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract was also added to this mix off camera. Then my next ingredient will be a 1/3 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and a ½ teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, now that we have baked our cookie crumbs, what I'm going to do is pour the mix in that we mixed up all together. I'm going to smear it all out. Now smear this mix out. And then I'm going to come with my raspberry syrup. This recipe of the raspberry syrup was found in my other content, my raspberry white cake recipe. You can find this recipe under that content if you want raspberry syrup. I'm placing it in dollops, and then I'm going to take my skewer and I'm going to scribble through it, swirl all through it, horizontally and vertically for about 2 to 3 times until I get the swirl that I so desire. Now as I swirl through this, I am not placing my skewer all the way to the bottom because the cookie crumbs will mix up, and I'm trying not to do that. And also bake for 350 degrees for at least 35 to 40 minutes, or until your center of your cake is firm, or until your edges are slightly brown. And I'm also placing a water bath under our mix to ensure that our cookie crust do not burn. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all take a good look at this cake. Cookie bar, cheesecake, raspberry cookie squares. And yes, I cannot deny this beautiful raspberry cookies cheesecake squares were really great. They were really great, you all. I can't deny that. But I want to thank you all so much once again for taking that stroll just to see how everything goes when living with V.